Ladies and gentlemen, Solid is back, and he's here just in time to commentate quarter-final action. And it looks like we're focusing to begin with Peter Butterworth, and I can't see who his opponent is. Oh, he's playing Kurt Dunham, so this is actually quite a large match. And joining me in commentary, just got knocked out by Kurt Dunham, Nathan Harris. Yeah, I did see the end of that match. We had a couple on the yellow there, mate. Just didn't quite get it done. I actually went and had a word with Kurt after that match, and I said stop being a little wow, and because he carried on a little bit after he missed getting out of the snook, so I thought I'd just let him know about it and told him he needs to get himself out of that habit.
I made him work for it, and that's all I could really do.
Yeah, I don't think it's so much that he wants to win really bad because he doesn't want to really play pool anymore. He wants to focus more on snooker, so he wants to get this out of the way and try and make the side well, I guess you could say the easy way, but I think this is the hard way to do it. But
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Although you've done it before this way.
Yeah.
You got one up on me.
Yeah.
So much so I didn't even bother entering in it, mate.
I just said you come good on your promise last week that you said you wouldn't be playing this weekend, and
yeah, most people didn't believe me, but
you were running on fumes last week, but you did make good on your promise.
To much people's delight. Well, someone was very happy about it, and that was Sean Partridge, but he's not here.
No, very surprising that. He had a good weekend, great weekend last weekend. Yeah, it would have been good to see him here, but.
So he didn't actually turn up at all?
No. He's actually, his dad Bernie was on my table yesterday in the qualifying, and his sister's here playing this weekend, but yeah, not himself.
It's interesting. He was very keen, mate. Look, he might have just burnt out a bit himself. It was a big weekend, that really tough weekend.
Very taxing on all involved that played in that. And he made a very deep run in that tournament, so as everyone knows.
Yeah, probably not. I think you won't mind me saying, not the fittest unit going around. But look, it's seriously, after I play just in one tournament, let alone two, if I go really deep in a tournament, it can actually really take the wind out of me for a couple of days. So.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'm probably not one to be talking about fitness here, but I totally agree with what you're saying there.
Anyway, we'll talk about some pool for a minute.
Let's do that.
Butters has actually played a really good shot there to get on. That yellow looks easy because it's over the middle, but it actually needs reasonable position to pot it and also get on another yellow afterwards. But he's got a lot of work to do here.
Yes. He's probably not got the reds in the way there to get down for this other yellow.
He might be able to screw down.
Yeah, he was
good shot. Oh, wow, she's a bit of right-hand side.
He was able to get down there. It was a great shot. I thought the red might collide with the red there. But
I think he's got some angle here to just top through this with a little bit of pace, maybe a little bit of right-hand side as well, and he can get on that ball in the middle of the table to the top right-hand corner.
Yep.
Straight to the better. Well, he might be able to stun and just play for the middle. There must be a bigger gap there than it looks. That does not look on from the camera angle, but obviously it is because he's... Well, he's down on the shot.
Down on it, so it's usually an indicator.
It looks to me like he's swerving a little bit. Well, he did swerve a little bit, so he didn't actually get prime position.
No.
So perhaps the shot I said might have been easier, but just for people wondering, it is best of 9, and then the semi-finals will be... Sorry, this is best of 7. And then the semi-final and final will be best of 9. Once again, I hate to say it, I've already had a chat to him about it. Really needs to be longer races for the guys. Best of 7, we're in a quarter-final of the state singles.
So this is not best of 9 now?
This is best of 7.
Best of 7, is it? Okay.
Yep, as I said, rubbish. Needs to be increased. And look, we all know why it's not being increased. And unfortunately, well, we probably don't, but I probably don't want to talk about and upset too many people. But I'll just say something really simple, and this will probably ruffle a few feathers, but look, I've ruffled enough feathers over my days. The girls are only just starting the last 16 now, so the men have got plenty of time to play a longer race.
Yeah, totally agree with that. As you said, I think the first round is probably right, but apart from that, I think it needs to be extended every match after that. And you could probably have a best of 13 final or something like
I
that.
completely agree. I think that,
yeah.
and that's going to bring. I mean, you're still going to see the best players in the final, but you're going to guarantee, and you're going to see. I think you're going to see situations where you guys didn't get to see this, but Ben Nunan smashed Gus in about 5 minutes flat, 4-0, just because
Sorry,
Gus
Jamie,
just didn't get a look.
Not pulled up well there, Curtis.
I think he'll still get this though.
A bit of work to do in the. You could probably play an attacking safety here anyway.
Yeah, I think full-blooded commit to this, but just with that, play it with stun, and then you'll get a bit of safety off it. He could also opt to play it in the top left and just stun the white to the side rail. That's true. Dan's just giving me the shut up because they can probably hear me, which is a pretty good call because I'm pretty loud at the moment. And he has played it with bottom, but he has missed.
But again, he's left the white reasonably safe.
He's actually probably fortunate to not to miss it by so much, because if he had hit that deep in the jaws, you probably would have found the black would have ended up on one of the cushions. It's in the middle of the table now, so he's actually got a, this is a big shot for Butterworth to play.
A very big shot, opening frame. Like to make a statement, get yourself a bit of confidence early.
Well, especially, like I said, best of 7.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as you said, short races for these guys, it's like a flip of the coin, really.
It's a chook raffle, isn't it? Well, he's played. I don't believe he's tried to pot that full-blooded. Look at the result.
Well, he's almost got a result, huge result there.
I think he can still get to the pot angle. Maybe to the top left. I don't know if he can get to the right in the camera angle. Dan will give us the nod. He's not sure either. Can't quite get behind it. I'm going to go and have a quick squeeze because I forgot we've got wireless headsets on.
He certainly looks like he only has one pocket available here. Oh, hang on.
He can get to the right corner.
He's a bit tricky though. Either that, or if you're not confident about the corner, you could probably double it back down the table over one of the corners here and move the white back down there.
He can pot it to the right corner, but it's very tight, so I think he's just reassessing it. Looks to be going a bit deep on this, in the white. And he pots it like it's over the hole. Yeah. And shots like that, especially at the start of a match, can really set the tone. So just really all that's happened in that frame is just one positional error by probably, I don't know, probably a few mil by the looks of it.
And who have we got on this table?
We've got Mick Scerri and Paul Brewer. Paul Brewer taking the early offensive and doesn't want a cannon on the red and gets it.
Unlucky, but
probably too worried about going off if he misses the red.
He would have ended up trying to go past that red on the right side there rather than going through.
Yeah, I think I'd have clipped it thinner and going up and down the table. That way you're sort of guaranteed at least to be on the black. But I think he can get a cut on this.
And so you can just see the faint edge. And
well, that was too faint.
He took that a little too quickly.
He had a lot of right hand side on it to avoid down off as well. I think if he had just played it with left hand side, it would have been better. But I guess he had safety in mind a little bit. But Scerri will probably carve this frame up from here.
Yeah, you would think he's $1. Well, he's not $1.04, but he's a very short price favourite here.
Yeah, he may not even try and go out from here. He may just look for a pot and then get a good safety. That's exactly. See that shot there? That's pretty much what should have happened the shot before.
Yeah, and I think you probably might have to have a safety here somewhere. Maybe cover the hole and send the white up the other end of the table.
Yeah, I don't mind just bumping this this red at the bottom right here and just using the other red as a snooker ball.
Yeah. It's got a couple of insurance balls there.
But your shot looks like might be the shot. Cover the hole. I don't know if he can cover the hole and get the white ball off at the same time. So I think he's going to try and pot this.
There's no chance of.
I thought that was really hard to sit and get the white ball up there as well.
But it obviously brings your shot into play now.
Now it's actually much harder to play the shot I suggested.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm right behind the shot. They look a lot further apart than they are. So this is actually not that too bad. It's just obviously doesn't want any roll.
It's all about weight here. So
he's got the double kiss, which is what he wants.
And that wasn't frozen, was it?
Not sure. No one checked it. So if it was, incoming
He's
player's
got away
fault.
with one. Yeah.
So we'll just stick with this frame until it's finished, because the other frame, I don't think there's going to be a 2-second result come out of it, unless Kurt can produce a miracle.
Yeah, I have a feeling this one could get wrapped up quite quickly if Paul doesn't come up with a very good shot here.
Yeah, I'm tempted to just go across to the right-hand cushion and just try and nestle on the black.
Would you consider just sending the white right up the other end of the table and giving Mick 2 shots?
Yeah, it's not a bad shot either. I just don't like the idea, because you can play the red and the black and bring everything into play. Well, he's actually tried to hit. Look at this shot.
Oh, that's huge.
Unfortunately, it could cost him the frame.
Yeah, he's played it a little too well, actually. It's the only danger of playing that kind of shot. If you do open yourself up to, this kind of outcome. And I think that probably these tables are playing a little tight. So I think probably the smarter shot was to play a bit of a safety and force Mick to do something. Black was nice and safe on the rail, as you know. He played on these all weekend last week.
Yeah, I actually hated these tables.
They are quite tough to pop balls down the rails.
I couldn't win a match on these ones, mate, so I didn't like them.
Yeah.
Actually, the pockets are a bit more generous than the other tables, but still have to be hit good. I think Mick's just thinking to himself now, why didn't I play that ball in the middle first?
Yeah, he's landed a little straight here, but he should be okay.
Ooh, that's a shocker.
Yeah.
I think he's actually played for a double, and he picks the black up, something you should never do.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to flick back to the other match we started with. And as I said, Kurt would have needed a miracle to pot out on reds. You didn't see the shot he had to play with. That red was just completely dead on the bottom row, and he had no angle to extract it. And obviously Butters is in complete control of his frame.
Yeah, and really should tie this one up. And that's worked out. Not a lot. You could have really. You'd be pretty happy with that, I'd say.
Yeah, there's the yellow.
Nice little kiss on that yellow there.
The yellow to the right of the red doesn't pass, so he's going to need to just obviously use the one on the left-hand side.
As we've just joined the frame match again, has he got 1 or 2 shots in?
I think he's only got one, but yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe he's got 2, because it was a pretty aggressive shot he played.
It was.
And we'll get that score updated shortly as well. Oh, it's all right. Never mind. We don't need to. They've got it below us. We're doing a big guns. I didn't notice.
Yeah. I think. Hasn't it been updated?
Nice shot that from Butters.
That's a very good shot by Butters there. Nice control.
He's actually got a little bit of angle here. I'm right behind this shot, and it's not awesome.
So I'm thinking he may be able to play this and just punch it into the red and hold for the yellow here.
I'm just worried.
Yep, that's it. Very nice.
Yeah, the only thing I was worried about, he's got a little bit of angle. Although, once again, I think the camera angle is just slightly deceiving, because it doesn't actually look that bad.
Then he can play this and even punch into the black here as well.
I think he could just play like a little stun just past it.
As
He's
you
gone
said,
into the black. Wow.
He's making you look good in this frame, Butters. So yeah.
He is making you look good, Hammer. Anyone makes me look bad, actually, when they play. It makes me look like I've got no idea what I'm talking about, and as usual, Butters proves that to be the case.
So as expected, Butters wraps up the remaining balls there and sends it to 1-all. And now it definitely is a coin flip. And as we move back over,
I had a really good
Scerri's
opportunity
game.
there to bring up some stuff I was talking about before with one of the girls, last year's winner, standing right behind me, but she's already taken off, so that was a real missed opportunity there.
Just tell me something. Pass
So Rhiannon Bolton
So Mick's got a little bit
has,
of work to do here.
she's already won her first match. She's about the only one that has. She's managed to knock that best of 7 over in a good 75 minutes. Good job. No, I think she's actually won pretty. She must have won pretty easy, I'm guessing. Not sure. 4-3. 4-1 we've been told, and
She's got a very nice kiss there.
she's-
Played it well in the end, but still he's got a tough shot to get on the black here. But
yeah, I
should be able
think he's
screw
going to
back
try.
up into this.
No, I think he's going between. Well, he just wants to give
wow.
himself a shot. Well, as you can see, the natural angle running into the red, so smart shot that from Mick. Well, I
Again,
think
we've come into this frame halfway through, so does he have one or two? Yeah.
yeah, if he's only got one, I think it's an off. I reckon he's got two the way he's queuing this. Well, I think that was in off. Do you?
I think if he had hit that correctly, yeah.
I think it was going
fair
in off
chance
both
Fair
ways.
chance he may have gone in off there.
It was definitely an off if he had to pot it to the right. Just maybe not that way.
Paul's in a good spot here again. Like he was in the first frame as well, but obviously Mick got that one, and
I'll tell you the shot I like here, Hammer, is just bring this ball off the right-hand side cushion and just bring the white ball down and try and sit on the bottom rail right next to that red.
yeah, definitely. For the guys at the top level, like obviously Mick and Benny and Jake and these guys, you don't want to leave these guys one rail to get out of snookers and things like that. It's just they can turn the frame around so
Exactly
quickly
right.
against you.
If you just flick off that red and leave it half table where they can still like just come off the back row and get a snooker, chances are they'll hit it really dead weight and put you in all sorts of trouble. So, but that's a pretty good shot too. He's got one rail to escape from, but this is definitely not easy. We got the comments coming everywhere about the women being streamed now. Even Colby's old man's into it. I'll tell you what, pretty good shot from
Good hit
Mick.
by Mick. Very good hit.
Now he can still probably run off his ball on the right. It's really the only thing stopping him from doing any severe damage to the frame.
I was wondering if you can see that bottom ball, that ball over the bottom right corner here. He might be able to pot that, and then he can maybe look at playing safety again.
Actually, I'll tell you what, he can probably play that and then just look at the ball down the rails, a shot to nothing, and then he might have an out. Well, he's taken on a double as a shot to nothing as well. It's not too bad.
But again, he hasn't left Mick a lot of hard work to get out of this.
It's not bad though. I mean, I can't see him potting this unless he smashes it and gets a result. I think what he might try and do is come off two cushions here and just land hard in behind the black. Requires extremely good touch this shot.
Yes.
That's why he's probably decided against it. He hasn't asked for a total, so perhaps he can actually hit this black.
Yeah, you might be able to see the bottom right. Under to the right side. I think you can just see the edge of that.
Yeah, I think
so
you're
you
right.
Might have to punch that out into the centre of the. Oh no, he's just going to leave it safe as he hit it.
He has, and
if that's not a total, it's two shots.
He said two, and yeah, I think Mick realised they forgot to call a total, and it's two shots.
So Paul here is in a very good spot here. Like he just has to make one good shot here in the centre, and should open up all these other reds here. There's not really any problems for him here. So if he can clear all these reds in one shot.
Yeah, it's
Well,
just
it's the
one.
only tricky ball on the table, really. So just given the fact that these pockets are playing, and I don't know if I'd be playing it this way.
Wow, that's turned. Oh, he's a bit close.
Yeah, I probably would have punched that in the centre. Get the white down for all your other reds as well.
I think that shot in the corner would have been fine, but he stunned the white instead of just running through on it. I actually didn't mind the shot in the corner because it was like a guaranteed pot with that red sitting there.
Yeah.
But he's obviously stunned it a bit and just gone into the red.
He's made this shot really awkward now. He's probably going to have to waste a shot here.
Well, he's on this red, but it needs to be good.
Yeah.
And I think we can see another snooker coming up now.
Yeah.
Even though the balls are all available, I still think you'll play a snooker.
Yeah, I agree. And you can probably push this one, leave the other one over the hole, and then set the other red over the hole.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, though, you want to be careful because he could leave an angle to come off the side rail, and he might be able to just pot it off the side rail. Oh, we might quickly flick over real quick. We're going to see a crazy... Oh, no, we're not going to quite get there in time. Didn't quite get there in time. You can see Kurt had the butt raised up, playing a big swerve shot, and he's got a good result with the red over the hole.
He's got a very good result there.
We'll flick back the other frame because that's going to take half an hour to sort itself out.
I think we can come back to that in 10 minutes and they'll still be going.
Well, he did have that shot available, just hit it too far up the rail.
So what I was saying before about you just can't leave these guys one rail. As I said, now the pressure's on Paul to finish this frame off now.
I think they'd be happy with that because it blacks off the rail, all the balls are on. Like, I'm happy with this situation if I'm Paul.
You'd be happy with it, but as I said, I'm pretty sure he didn't want to leave him that easy an escape. And
yeah, naturally would have liked to, but this is pretty straightforward out, but you just got to hold your
shouldn't be any
nerve.
problems. You're right.
So I think pot this. I think if we just pot this and try and land about here, and then you can just stun over to here, just drop this in, red in the middle, and then black wherever you like.
Just getting this in the centre of the table, and that's a pretty good shot by Paul. Yeah, that's pretty much where you wanted to land it, I think.
I just tried to use the mouse to show everybody, but apparently it's not working, so ignore what I just said then because you didn't have a clue what I was talking about. But that's nothing different to normal, so.
I'll just say that it looked very good from here.
He's actually going a different way than what I said anyway, so it's actually worked out better for everyone. And look, there was multiple ways to go, and this way that he's chosen, there's certainly nothing wrong with it. It's been quite neat and tidy, his frame so far for Paul. Nice little stun over. And don't see any issues here at all. He's right behind this red.
And 1-1.
Tell you what, I just saw the back of Paul's arm there. I'll tell you what, that's something you might want to address if he actually goes back and looks at it. Just his elbow just sort of moves a little bit left and right.
A little bit twitchy.
So here we go, we're back to this.
And you can see that yellows have totally. I think Butters is on the yellows.
Yeah, I think I obviously haven't watched this game because we've been watching the other one, but my guess will be Kurt's been going for the out and he hasn't been securing it and getting himself in all sorts of trouble. But he's played a good foul and he's potted. And the cue, he didn't actually raise the butt like he normally does and rip the cloth up. He just did a little one. And Butters licks his lips and says, "Thank you very much."
Yeah. New favourite. As I said, red sits over that hole. It's a totally different proposition.
Good morning.
Well, taking his time over this, but I mean, there's a lot of congestion. It's still not the easiest out of two. Should at least get himself into a far more favourable position, but if anything, I think you'll want to clear. Once he gets rid of this red and then the yellow that's below the two that are sort of on an angle to one another, he'll then free them up for the opposite corner. So not as bad as it looks.
No.
And all it really is a matter of doing is just freeing the yellow up near the black.
And and with 2 shots, you feel that.
It's coming now. No, oh, that's a
And-
bad shot.
And I'm not really sure what Butters was trying
I
to
think he
achieve
just,
there.
I think
but,
he got into it too much with the
Yeah.
white. I think he actually stunned it and he wanted to actually run through, but you saw the white ball just pull back and then go forward. He just got into the white too much.
yeah.
A touching ball would be an absolute dream result for Butters here.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm not sure what the answer was. The answer is yes, it's a touching ball, so
Yeah,
we may see some free
Butters
ups.
has, got away with one there.
So he's free to look at
And
this shot.
it's a-
Great shot.
It's a fantastic result. It could have been so much different, but yeah, Butters has played a great shot. And do you think he'll go for it here? Or
Absolutely.
Do you think he'll? Yeah, I think he will.
No hesitation
Yeah,
whatsoever.
yeah.
That yellow in the middle is not as hard as it looks.
No, that's the only ball I was looking at, and if that's definitely on, which probably not telling the whole story on the screen.
Well, he's committing because if he pots his ball over the pocket, obviously
Yeah,
he's committing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
he'll pot this with some left-hand side, come off 2, try and give himself an angle on this yellow to get back up the table for 1 over the hole. Or if he gets good on the middle, then he'll play it first. Well, he's actually belted it and gone for the other one first. Don't agree with that shot.
That's not a fantastic result.
He's almost got a good
really
result.
Again, I'm not really sure what that was trying to, like, I would have thought he'd just play the yellow near the black next.
There's
and
actually, yeah, he should have.
find
There's
his way
actually,
up the other end of the table if that yellow was on in the centre.
there's actually a bit of a running joke, mate, where if you pick a really easy out, Butters will try and find the most complex way of doing it and then do it. On this occasion, though, I don't think he's chosen the right option. Even in his eyes, he'll look back and go,
Yeah.
wrong option.
Yeah.
Even this is the wrong option in my eyes. But if he gets the plant, and that's not a hard black for Kurt either. He'll want to headbutt himself in the mirror when he sees that footage.
Yeah, I can't argue with you there, mate. He's we've all seen Butters. He's played a lot of pool, like particularly in the last 12 months, and he's been hitting them as sweet as anyone going around. For him to miss that opportunity, very surprising.
Look, mate, that could just be a cover up for him wanting to go and do some commentary because he's trying to take my crown. So
He does enjoy it. He does enjoy it. Yes.
he did say that he didn't want to really keep winning now that Dan was here. So it could just be a really deluxe cover up, making it look like he was trying to win the frame and then just play some loose shot and go, oh, lost position.
It's a win-win for him, you think, huh?
Oh,
He's
absolutely.
out of the tournament in the commentary box.
Cue TV is the best thing and worst thing that's ever happened to me. I don't care if I lose anymore, but it's actually a bad thing when you stop caring. You don't play as good a pool.
I'd like to say that's why I'm out of the tournament now, solid. But yeah, I've got to be fair to myself, and that's not true at all.
Dan's just said that he missed out by a frame deliberately yesterday, so he could come down and stream this for everybody out there. So you guys should all thank him very much for that. And look, it's only worth a $10 note on the website, minimum, I think. So Dale Bolton was the kind recipient of that throw off. So this frame here, a little bit tied up. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go.
Yeah.
No, we'll go watch the other frame. That's what we'll do.
How did you find these tables to break on last week, mate? I haven't had a chance to play on them personally a lot myself, but just one of the breaks I've seen over the weekend on these tables, it's very hard to get a ball in.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I actually played Wayne Stubbs in the big guns on the loser side. It was the first time I played on the Riley tables, and my first 3 breaks, I did not get a ball in, and he took great pleasure in just destroying me every time.
Yeah.
So I got off to a shocker with that one, and he played extremely well. Full credit to him. And I just didn't get going in that match. And yeah, I did find it tough, but he didn't find it tough to get balls, so it must have been something I was doing wrong.
Yeah.
I think when you're timing the break well, like a lot of people, you'll see a lot of people like just try and smash the pack, but the timing's not actually there, so you'll get a good spread, but balls just don't seem to go in.
Yeah.
Yet you can time the break, don't hit it near as hard, and you'll just see balls spread everywhere, and you'll get, one will fall in somewhere, and then you just got an out. And I think that's the key, to be honest, on these tables.
Yeah, totally. I think Kurtz is going to wrap this one up and send him on the hill.
Yeah, this is a kick in Butters' face for missing that last out.
Yeah, absolutely. And how often do you see it happen? Like where you just throw away an unlosable frame, and all of a sudden the guy's breaking a pot out on you in the next frame, and you're in a world of hurt.
Exactly right. Great pace there from Kurt.
Yeah, great shot. And as I've heard you say many times on here, mate, it's with these guys, it comes down to the break and taking your chances. And Butters, he obviously, didn't take his chances in that next one, and obviously Kurt's, taking full advantage of that.
Yeah, it's gone from 2-all to 3-1.
Yeah.
Rhiannon Bolton's just come back into the commentary area. Just wants to know what we're talking about with the women's game because it's her interest at the moment. We're just commending her on finishing her frame within an hour. Her match, sorry, not her frame. Looks like a couple of them have finished. In fact, you might be able to give us some results.
All I know is that Lyndall's through over Gov.
So Lyndall's beaten Gov, and Colby looks like she's finished. No, they're not finished. She's probably just taken an extended toilet break. So I was just going to say, if Colby's finished before anyone else, it's an absolute miracle. We'll try and get some score updates a little later on.
I can go now.
Yeah.
I don't know
Rhea's
what's
gonna
going
go
on
and
in
look for us.
Mick and Paul's game, but every frame we seem to go to, the balls are just not coming out. Now, whether it's, I don't know, the guys obviously rack their own balls, so that's, you can't pin it on anyone but yourself, but they just don't seem to be coming out that well. It's making for messy games, and I think that's probably why, I think this is probably what Paul wants, to be honest. An open frame, it's going to be very hard for him to get a result against Mick.
Yeah, go and flick over, Dan. We'll go and see the conclusion, possibly, of this match after just watching Kurt play a great shot. But didn't get the exact split he wanted. He wanted actually a bit of contact on that black to pull the red out. This might be on.
And what a turnaround this has been. Should be 2-all, I would imagine, this match, but.
Okay, so some updates for the girls for the matches still in play. Colby Poole and Julie McEwen are 3-all, so they're basically playing a best of 1. And Tracy Scerri and Emma Barbudo are 2-all, so there's probably another 4 hours left in that match. So I'm not even going to say it. It's just Emma. So just confirm that the red that's near the black is actually on. So Kurt does have a possible out, although maybe I've got no idea what I'm talking because he's lined up like it's not on. Jeez, I reckon if he actually, not from where he's playing now, but I reckon if he gets in the right angle, he can actually pot that clean. But big shot coming up here. I'm just thinking that yellow that he's playing off might push the red to the rail as well. But he'd be playing it hard enough for it to clear, so it should be okay if he gets this shot. Oh, he's absolutely played it almost perfect. But I'll tell you what that does is that puts a lot of pressure on Butters to do something good here.
Yeah.
I think he's got to run and hide. He's got to cover up here. And even from there, it's hard to do.
3-1 down. It's and you're looking at those balls to get yourself back in the match.
Yeah, I think he has absolutely no option at all but to put the yellow over the hole. But the thing is, you play this shot, you've got a double on the red, off the yellow in the middle, and you're canning the other one across. So that you're actually not out of the woods if you just put this over the hole. And I'll guarantee you Kurt's already seen it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, good call that, mate. And you know Kurt, he's one of the most aggressive players out there. He'll certainly be he's not only looking to get these 2 reds out, but
even if Kurt,
to win the match.
If Kurt did hear me say that, he would have seen it. So I see the shots, I just don't get them. He's actually played it like a girl, I must say.
Yeah. I would have thought he might have attacked that a bit more.
Well,
but,
he had to clear the red.
Yeah.
So
Even though it was would have been a massive out for him there, that was an opportunity, I think.
yeah, so Kurt really had an opportunity. Holding a bouquet of flower was really when he played that shot. Just not really having a fair income crack at it. So Butters he's actually in a world of hurt now. Possibly play this and try and kill the red to the rail.
Kill the red, yes, absolutely.
Well, that's not bad. Can't tell whether it passes, but it doesn't look like it does. Not even off the yellow.
Look as though it goes.
Will go to the corner though, so it's
even if it doesn't, he might be able to even just smash that yellow out. He might be able to roll this red in and then smash that red out. I'll smash that yellow out. Sorry, with the red.
I'll tell you what is good for him is that the white ball's on the cushion. If that white ball wasn't on the cushion and Kirk could go back up the end of the table, then he'd be in all sorts of trouble. But I think he's still got another shot left in him. When he tried to pinch some angle.
That was a loose shot, I thought.
So Butters with a chance to... Geez, I'll tell you what, I'd almost pop the red over the hole here. Give him the 2. He's got balls tied up all over the shop now.
Yeah. No, it's not a bad call. Solid. I would be doing the same thing.
Do you play the yellow onto it, or do you just pot it out
Yeah,
right?
look, I probably would. Yeah, I probably would.
I think if you can play the yellow onto it and get the white ball sort of just underneath the blacks, a little bit of side, but makes the shot harder.
It's an aggressive shot, a defensive shot, but it's also putting yourself in a great position to win the frame by getting rid of one of your dead balls.
Just got told that possibly that red does pass the yellows as well, so this isn't as bad as it first seemed, but still a lot of work for Kurt to do. I think he might have another double on that dead red. Do you think he can play the double off the ball at the bottom there, inside that one over the middle again?
Yeah, I think he may be kicking himself at missing that easy red over the pocket.
Well, he's not playing the shot offset. He's going to flick off this and free it up.
He's going to have a dip at the out by the looks of it, or is he just going to set it over?
I think this is too hard to sit.
I don't think he would set it over.
No, he looked at the angle for the middle. I'm sure he's just going to go for the... This is an all or nothing. But the thing is, he's got the scoreboard
that's correct.
pressure at the moment, so you can afford to have a go.
Yeah.
McCartney looks like he's already won. 4-2. And he played Steve McCormick. Obviously that was an open match. Steve McCormick not one to muck around either when he gets going.
Good job by Kurt there. A nice shot on it, but still a lot of work to do here.
And Ben Nunan is playing Jimmy Reen. No idea what the score is. 2-all. And if someone can beat Ben Nunan by slowing him down, it is Jim Reen.
He is looking at that red in the centre still, the one near the yellows. He might be able to take it off the yellow that's next to it, but it's tight.
Well, that's a good shot.
That's a fantastic shot.
And I'll tell you what, he's perfect on this red.
That's a fantastic shot because these tables are very, very tight.
So one good little stun run through here, Hammer, and he's looking good if this ball does pass.
Absolutely.
And Sick Mary has just missed a yellow. Well, he's looking at this off the yellow
He's
now.
still looking at it, yeah. He's been looking at it since he played the red in the centre.
I'll tell you what, if he's been looking at it and hadn't come to a conclusive answer, he really shouldn't have got this far in the out.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, it obviously believes it goes. Otherwise, yeah, as you say, because if you're unsure, you probably don't go this far in the out, as you said.
Well, geez, I can't tell what he's playing here. I don't reckon he's actually looking it off the yellow. The key to this shot is not obviously only getting the pot when he gets this red, but he needs an angle just to glide down to the table because he's got to put the black in the middle. Now he's looking off the yellow again. He still hasn't made up his mind. This is doing me head in. I have to actually go and have a look at this shot. So if he has to play it off the yellow, you've got to do it now. Because he's dead straight on it. But you've got to hit it with pace so the yellow doesn't get stuck on the red. So
Just getting up and looking at the actual table, it actually does look like it may go, but it's still inconclusive, really. You don't really know.
Yeah, we might have to get the third umpire for this one.
I think that's evident in the fact that he's addressed it about 5 or 6 times.
Maybe screw back cannon it and play it for the opposite middle. That's what he's done. He went for the cannon, and
now he definitely has no shot. Just been advised by
Eddie
Chipper that what we all know, there's no chance of going in the centre now.
So Bruce McAvaney of pulled Dale Bolton has concluded the obvious. You ever want to listen to Bruce McAvaney commentate football? I'll tell you what, you don't even need to watch the game because he does speak the obvious every time. Has no actual self-thought.
Paul Brewer about to knock in a black and go 2-1 up here. 3-1, I've been told.
Look at this shot. Well, I'll tell you what, that might be enough to just put a bit of pressure on, but wow, look at these balls.
As I said in that match between Mick and Paul, the breaks have come out really, really messy, and I think it's given Paul the best chance possible of causing an upset there.
Yeah,
Mick could be screaming out for a ball off the break here.
Obviously prefers to play him tactically than a potting out challenge.
Absolutely.
Whereas if he was playing against me, he'd prefer the opposite.
And he just landed a little too far there, but he should just take the other yellow over the corner and straighten himself back up for these other yellows.
Yeah, it's still no extreme danger, but still, that is not a great shot. But should be okay, as you said. He's got the ball over the hole. As long as he doesn't land dead straight on this yellow, he should be okay. Any angle at all is fine. Giant spider fingers of Butters bridging over, and I think he might have landed straight. And he can deep screw off the side rail, but I'll tell you what, he's making it hard for himself. Great little shot there. He had enough angle just to force the white high.
And you probably take this middle yellow now and come back out for the other yellow in the middle.
Yep.
That's it.
Once again, didn't want to be straight, but I think this time he has got angle to play a similar shot, little force shot. Anywhere on the side rail. No, he was dead straight. But, just dropping this in might let the white run a touch, so just got to be careful here.
I think he might have to come out and play this black in the same pocket. He might have to come off 2 rails.
Yeah, either that'll go past it as well and play it in the opposite corner. Yep. He does like playing that shot.
Yeah.
Definitely not scared to let the white ball run.
You're guaranteed to leave yourself on a shot rather than slow rolling a ball in and maybe landing on half a pocket or something like that.
Now I know Butters won't be thinking about this. He is 3-2 down, and it's so coolly being 3-2 up.
Yeah. I
know he won't be thinking about it now because he's just got back on the board, but it's got to be. Maybe if he doesn't end up winning the match, he'll be thinking about it. But now we'll just be all business.
All right. So this is the kind of frame that Mick would enjoy playing, and the balls are a bit more open here. But having said that, Paul is at the table and on probably the best balls.
Well, not sure. Was it just a break? Well, he's gone for the kick out and missed. Was it open table? I think it was. So Scerri has choice of balls, but I'll tell you what, Paul's been lucky not to leave a yellow on because they were the balls for sure. Red's not that bad though.
I'm not sure. I think Mick broke in this frame, so I think he might be on.
There's nothing down yet.
There's nothing down. I thought there was a red potted.
So he's taken on the long yellow. You could see this ball. Good shot from
Great shot.
Mick.
Great shot. Sorry, I thought a red was down there. So
Oh wow, have a look at the break on the other table. So if Butter's going to get a chance to level things up, well actually, I saw it on camera and it wasn't. It looked a lot better than what it does on the big screen because this is actually horrible.
yeah, there's still a ton of work to do here.
Right, we're gonna be able to pick Scerri and Paul Brewer because I think it's fair to say, and I'm sure Paul won't be too upset with me saying it, he could potentially cause an upset because I think Mick would have been favoured if there was a book on it. Great shot there
That's a
from
great shot
Scerri,
by
but
Mick,
he's
but
killed the
yeah.
yellow. Well, that's a bit loose, but he's okay.
I don't think Paul will mind that too much because, as I said, it's now giving him 3-1 up. Gives him a bit of belief that there's now a yellow tied up. He's 3-1 up. You could afford to probably play, move some of those balls around a bit, force Mick to do something.
Yeah, that yellow really had to be right over the hole, didn't it?
Yeah,
Not good enough for Mick, especially if he wants to go on and win this. He'll know that too. So this double will go back. You want to set this right over the hole, reassert control.
If he gets this perfect, he's in the real driver's seat, but he hasn't.
Not a bad white though, I think. Mick can get through to this actually down the bottom right.
Yeah.
Well, Jim Murine was ahead, but suddenly in the last three minutes, Benny's decided that he's going to go berserk and win 4-2.
And Mick has pulled up short there and given
Colby has
Paul 2
won.
shots.
That's good for me.
So I think Paul is a massive favourite now that he's given 2 shots away. This could be, it all comes down to that ball, that red near the black.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, mate, he can get into it right now if he wants to.
Yep,
totally. I think the issue is the ball that's above the black, near the balk line.
Now, do you come off the... Well, okay,
he's
going to
get on it
to,
now.
but would you have come off the bottom rail there and bumped it up the bum, or would you have...
I really like what he's done there.
Straight into it.
I like what he's done there because I think he's recognised as well that this was the problem ball. The only thing is he needed to get on this really straight because then what he could have done is pop this ball in the middle, it's sort of halfway down the table, and just like a nice little cannon, half ball on the yellow. All 3 balls would have just split up nicely, and he would have had an out.
Yeah. He's played that pretty confidently.
Tell you what,
so,
can play this in the middle now. Play a similar shot.
Yep. He's got the angle again to knock it out. I think he can nick this in the centre and just come across, not aggressive, just glide it, just glance it out.
Yep, just enough to split all 3 hammer again.
Yep.
Now, the way he lined it up is like he wanted to hit the yellow low, but I really think he wants to hit it high and maintain position. He's going to screw off this one into the pack. Tell you what, great shot. That was fraught with danger, but he's played it very well.
And he could probably almost play the same shot again. So, because I don't think that red goes anywhere. So you could probably play the same shot again. Like,
geez, it looks tight from here, doesn't it?
Just nick that red in and get into.
I'm thinking, Hammer, if this red does go, that's near the black, he just stuns it in and cannons the yellow, and it's just so simple from there with 2.
Yeah, you're right. If it does, looking even at the actual table, it's he might be wasting a shot here.
I think he's going for this, and it's on.
And that
Hammer,
that was very deceiving.
Dropping in points, mate. I'm getting ahead of you here.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if he's feeling really good about himself, and I mean really good, he takes the long ball on here and screws back. Doesn't have to play it, but if he's really feeling good about himself.
Yeah, even looking at that table, it didn't even look on. So that's very good shot. Very good shot.
So I don't blame him for not playing it, because he can still get on a similar shot after playing this shot. Just doesn't have to screw back then. Oh, he's got a bit of angle now.
He's a little. Yeah.
Actually, I think you can chop this in the middle. It's not as thin as you think.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
So
just a tinge of right side.
he's actually underhit it, mate.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, another inch out, it would have been
Yeah,
absolutely
he
perfect.
wants to get as much action on this wide ball as possible.
And okay,
Well, I'll tell you what I'll be doing
yeah,
here, mate.
yep,
I'll be playing
yep,
a
absolutely.
full table double.
You would not bring any yellows into play here, and just just get it out in the middle.
The other option as
Yep.
well is to play off at half ball.
Okay, and as we go back to the Kurt and Butters game, Kurt
he's
is,
just about to pot a black to win
Kurt
the
is about
match.
to just knock this in and win the match.
We've got to get ready to flick back across to Butters a shot after this. He's played the shot I've suggested.
Oh, and there we go.
And have a look at this. He just ran off at left-hand side like I said was an option, but he's fallen a bit short.
Yeah, but I like your option, mate. Yeah, up and down. He played aggressive.
Yeah, he really took that out.
There's no
on
chance
huge,
of a snooker. There's no chance of you not hitting a rail. There's almost what happened there.
And that is missed.
Yeah.
And I think he's left a gap as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, but good win by Kurt. Through to the semis.
I think Mick's just decided, am I going to play a snooker here or am I just going to pot out? That's what's going through his mind at the moment. Now, if he was 3-1 up and not 3-1 down, he wouldn't be thinking anything but potting out here.
Yep.
He knows he can get position on that yellow in a number of different ways, but now he's under the pump, and his state title is on the line. This one shot.
I still think Mick will have a go here. Like, yeah, as you say, he is under pressure. Obviously it is on the line, but I honestly think he'll back himself to try and go out here. There's really only one problem ball here for him here, and that's the one that he's looking at the moment. So obviously the other yellows, the yellow that's near the rail, that's next to the two yellows that are together, it's actually not as bad as what it is because of the other yellow that's sitting over the jaw.
Exactly right.
Makes the pocket a lot bigger.
If he's not feeling good, he's going to hit that and get a snooker, but he just risks leaving the up and down. The up and down's not easy because the black's not right over the hole. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'd be going for this, especially now that he's landed in such a good spot.
Yep. It's only that ball that's near the black, and I probably would be trying to get in between the yellow and the black there, play it in the centre. I would be anyway. Unless he can squeeze it out, but it's
what he really wants to do, Hammer, is he wants to pop this yellow clean. He doesn't want to catch the yellow.
That's right.
And he wants to stun off the side rail and leave himself an angle on the other yellow so he can come off the back cushion and get behind the yellow.
Yeah. And if you do move the yellow, only move it a fraction. So it doesn't.
Just in case you can't see that background, because it is deceiving, we'll just chuck in the scores for you on the thing, because it's a bit dark. Oh, actually, no, it's just because I'm sitting low. It's actually plain as day, never mind me. I'm just slouching in your chair. Oh, there we go. Bit of monitor adjustment and everything's fine. My eyesight's returned to normal. Well, he's decided to play. The only reason I didn't like this shot, Emma, is because if he doesn't land neat, basically he's leaving the ball on the cushion till last now. That's a nice shot from Mick. How's his angle?
And now he's just obviously. Do you extract or do you trust yourself to play it down the rail? I think knowing Mick and seeing a lot of his games over the years, I think he's going to try and knock this out. Yeah,
I don't think he's got a huge amount of angle, so I think he's going to be forced to. He just wants to catch a cushion, like cushion first, then the yellow if he can. Well, actually, then the white stays there, so maybe you catch it cut half ball the other side, it's probably better. Either way, you'll have right hand side on it, I can promise you that. And as you can see, the right hand side.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
right
pretty
inside,
good.
took off the rail and allowed the white to come out for a shot.
Yeah, good shot by Mick.
And Mick Scerri
I think
stays alive.
What do you say about Mick? He does stay. He does keep himself in matches.
Paul
I
Brewer.
think Paul blew a chance there, but that was still a good out by Mick under the pressure there.
I tell you what, we'll just have a quick chat about that out that he's played. Everything he played was so aggressive, so confident, and then he just on the black with two, he just pulled up, didn't he? He just didn't play it with confidence.
Yeah.
If he plays the double, trusts himself to get anywhere near the pocket, he can stun the white, so it's in the middle of the table, and he's got most likely a pretty good shot on the black, better than what he would have had anyway just then.
And that's what I guess separates those guys from the top line. And as soon as they see the finish line, it's full steam ahead. And as I said, the guys that are just a little bit below those fellas like Mix and all them, they just make that one loose shot at the end, and it just not only do you lose the frame, but you probably lose the match as well. So
he's still got a lead.
Yeah.
But this break could be extremely important. Oh, and he dumps. So how many times do you see that as well?
Yeah.
We talk about this all the time. You lose a frame you should never have lost, then you dump the white when it's your break.
And as we all know, mate, momentum is absolutely everything in this game. And Mick's 3-2 down, but he now has it. He now has the momentum, and he'll be feeling good even though he's not. Even though he's actually still behind.
Yes.
He'll feel he's the favourite here, even though he's still down.
He will, especially if he gets this.
Yeah.
And yellow is definitely the balls.
I think so.
So, geez, I can just... This is like looking at lines on the table, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's definitely going to clear this end of the table, the end that he's at first. Now, a lot of people, these are really good lesson for a lot of people that are trying to improve their game.
And
Wow, this is surprising.
He'll clear the red here and open up this yellow.
I actually don't think he played for that.
Yeah.
I think he's actually played to just get in the middle of the table and play the yellow at the bulk end, sort of nearly on the line, and that way he can sort of clear that first. But as it turns out, he's got a fantastic angle on that red.
It worked out nicely for him, but yeah.
Honestly, I don't think he actually even looked at it, to be honest. But if he did, well, then even more credit to him for seeing the shot and getting it right.
The last round I actually had to pay that extra $6 for. It wasn't that far around.
You said you only had $20 before you left this morning, so how have you got that?
Right, so I think Mick's really working out now is to what's my last ball to get on the black here. As I said, the yellows are pretty simple for him, but it's where do I pop my last yellow to get on the black? Where do I make this as easy as possible? That's what he'd be looking at here, even though he's still 4 or 5 yellows away from getting the black. That's what all these guys are looking at now. Where am I going to pop my last yellow to make it as easy as I can to win the frame at the end. He's obviously worked out that bottom yellow near in the middle of the table there will be his last yellow to get on the black. You don't want to be making the white travel all over the table just to get onto one ball at the end. So you want to make it as simple as possible. That's why these guys look at all these shots at the beginning to work out to make it simple at the end.
If he's got an angle to cannon the red area, he's absolutely perfect. He has. So we're just going to see him screw over just to the side rail. He wants to be off the side rail, of course, but to the left-hand side of the table, and then as straight as possible on that yellow, and then he's got a black in the middle.
Straight there?
No, he's got a bit of angle. He might have not enough angle, but no, he's got enough.
Yeah.
They play like a little force shot. As you can see, he forces the white across. He's gone a bit too far, but he should still be okay. Actually, he may have to cannon this black.
Yeah.
Or
does he play into the black here?
Or he can play it off the red to straighten up the white ball. and just run through for the black in the left centre. That's a hard shot, but it's not too bad. Well, we got the cannon. Ooh. Well, this is a big shot coming up. And I'll tell you what, this is the sort of frame where in or over is not good enough. It needs to be in and nothing else.
And play it over the hole with where the red is.
They're going to start the semi-finals already, or the one that can start. Donny's obviously in a hurry to get out of here, but he's forgotten that the girls haven't even started their semis yet. Or quarters for that matter.
Tricky won this one, but he still played aggressively, and if it doesn't go, got some insurance.
Well, he's changed his mind 3 times now, and he does a little bit of a noddy.
I don't mind either pocket really here though. Obviously, the one where the red is, if it doesn't go, but if you put it over the other pocket, or
I'm not sure he's got a full pocket where that red is into the hole. That's the problem. He's certainly taking some time.
I think he does. I think he's, but yeah, as I said, if he doesn't make it, he's going to make sure he has a shot when he gets to the table next.
Well, he's paying to the right corner
so
instead.
I think this is the right shot.
I don't like this shot. I'd much rather play at the other corner. But he's missed it. No, it's gone in.
Yeah.
No, it's gone over the
I don't
hole.
mind that shot just for the reason he's got those 2 yellows in the middle of the table, down under the balk, and Brewer's got a lot of work to do here.
See, I don't find that a massive issue because I'll tell you what though, how hard is the escape if you just put this over the hole and you get a snooker?
Yeah.
You've got that much traffic in the way.
Yeah.
But at the same token, if you can get up perfectly on the yellow that's highest of the two at the bottom and get an angle just to get onto the bottom cushion and just roll it in.
And I tell you what, you don't like this either. Like when you've just missed a chance to win a match 4-1 with 2 shots. You don't really want to be looking at this kind of a layout.
I've got to say, I don't understand that shot.
I don't really know. Even if he had hit that where he wanted to, I just don't really understand the.
The only shot I can see here is he plays the red into the other red and gets the white ball tight behind the red on the right of the 3.
So there's no way you can attack from here at all. So you have to hide somewhere, and even as a safety, it's very, very tough.
Well, he's going to get this ball on the bottom row. He's going to leave the. Oh, that's a shocker.
Yeah.
Absolute shocker. And as it turns out, Mick putting the black over the hole was the correct shot because, a couple of bad shots in a row have caused a guaranteed win for Mick on this frame, and he's definitely going to this last frame favourite. His break, his momentum. And we are going to switch. For those that do want to see the conclusion of this frame, I do apologise, but we have started semi-final action, and obviously one of these two will be in the final.
Is this still best of 7?
This is now best of 9.
Best of 9.
And one of these two, after winning this match, will be in the state team.
Well, that's good because I think there would have been if this wasn't a best of 9 and still 7. I think
It should
have been
probably
alright.
be best of 11, but we'll let it go.
won't be too happy with that shot. He had a really good chance there to take the opening, to finish that game off. There wasn't a lot of problems out there. Benny is, as I said, to get over. Like, this is going to be a great match. Could go either way, but one thing with these guys is you got to get your nose in front early, and all of these guys are very, very good front runners. Once they get a couple of frames up on you, they're very, very good at finishing the games off. So it's important for both of them really to get off to a good start, because both of them are very, very good front runners. Benny is one of the best ever going on with it when he's got his tail up.
He definitely is.
Yep. So it's important for Kurt to put some pressure on him nice and early.
Tell you what, that big night on the Terps that Kurt had the other night might have whacked a few kgs on that little stomach of his. He's fair dinkum, getting really fit for Mr. Pudding Belly tries now, isn't he?
This is why you should wear a navy blue to Victorian events. It just does hide a little bit of those deficiencies.
Oh, he's got so lucky there, Kurt.
And he's
hit it actually so bad.
He's got a bit of work to do here, but you could probably, I think that top yellow above the one on the rail there is you could probably set that over the hole still.
I'll tell you what, if he's on this as well, amazing result, because he may have an angle just to drop this in and actually get a cannon on the yellow on the cushion after this. I think he has.
Yeah, true.
So if he can catch this half ball, well, he's sitting it over, it mustn't go.
Yeah.
But good shot still.
By Curtis there. Yeah.
Now,
If
Benjamin.
If I know Benny, I think he might have been shaking his head at that result that Kurt got a couple of shots ago.
Absolutely, but you've done it off camera.
Okay, so we'll switch back to the other one.
We'll flick back to the other match because it's nearing its conclusion.
And
as you can see,
Brewer's on the Reds here, and
he is 3 good
he's
shots
looking
away.
very, very good here.
If he can just stun this off the side rail and get behind this red,
absolutely.
If he can just stun up the side rail and put the black in the left middle pocket.
These
So
shots, it's just all about how you control the white really, because they're not hard shots.
just see if there's any body movement on this shot, because if he's going to miss, it'll be due to body movement. Well, he's hit it soft. Why is he that soft?
Tell you what, that's worked out absolute treat.
I can't believe he's hit that soft.
But
But you're
I
right,
think I would have been taking your option there, mate. I would have been all over punching it into the side rail.
Just
You
asking for trouble off the
you
yellow.
don't get any danger of running into any balls.
In fairness to him, though, he fully controlled that. He
Yeah.
knew exactly what he was
Yeah.
doing. And he's actually got a perfect angle to drop this in and play it in the same pocket, or just play for the middle if he doesn't like that. That yellow is nowhere near impeding on the black as far as if you just get past the
You
black.
can play it into 3 pockets really, if you wanted to.
This angle, I'm looking right behind the shot. This angle is absolutely perfect just to glide past the black. Just could not ask for a better angle.
4 pockets actually.
Now, I'm not sure what he's looking at, but it looks he's cutting it thinner. I'm a bit worried now. No, he's okay.
That's a good shot. Yeah, that's a good shot.
Now, does he punch this in or does he roll it down? Ooh, the old step back composure. This is how you miss. I like to, when I'm under the pump, I like to just sort of get down on these and play them, because you talk yourself out of it.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
And he's drilled it.
The less thoughts you
And
have in your
that-
head,
Now, I'm not sure if that was an out off the break or not because all the balls are still on the table. But if it was, a fantastic effort from Paul Brewer.
Yeah,
He
that's a
moves
great
on to
win.
the semis.
That's a great win, and over Mick Scerri, past Victorian singles champ, has won this tournament.
And Jake
before.
McCartney has actually already started filling out his name on the airplane ticket. I cannot believe it. That's how confident Jake McCartney is at the moment. Jake McCartney is actually probably $1.04 to get smashed now.
We just need JR to run a book on Jake McCartney making the final. I think we might send him broke.
Well, look, I think McCartney will be happy with that result, but either way, his record against Mick is quite impeccable, so wouldn't have worried him either
He would have
way.
been happy with, yeah.
But if I tell you what, you want to talk about anyone that can get the best draws in history, just look at Jake McCartney's draw in just about every tournament he's ever played, and it's been amazing.
Oh, don't forget about hammers.
Yeah, he can't compete to mine, I'm sorry. Yeah. I have awesome draws, just go and check the record books.
Everyone who knows that.
Yeah, hello are all the Australian reps I've played in the first round over the past 5 or 6 years of every tournament.
And the ones that are beating their teammates.
Well, Christopher in all sorts of trouble here. Who are you playing?
Descending. Tracy.
Oh, wow. He's just found every single cushion and angle possible to miss that yellow. Can you believe it?
Yeah, that's how to find 50 angles and not hit the yellow. That was ridiculous.
And now Ben 2 shots on reds.
Kirk could play that same shot, hit at the same angle every time, and get a different result every single time. It was pretty unlucky there. Yeah, you could have shaved the yellow on the way through, and it could be sitting over the jaws of that pocket. But as it turns out, Benny looks like he's wrapped this up and
Yeah,
had
nice
the first frame.
little drag shot there from Benny as well. Really controlled that nice, and he's just going to clean his frame up without too many issues. I think we'll see him pot this and then just come off the back rail, and he won't be too concerned because he can just flick off the red if he wants to. Looks like he's going to check it up off the back rail. No, went into it.
Yeah, no dramas here for Benny. You just chip it out.
I'd be interested to see if he doubles this or just flicks it over.
I think he'll play the percentage shot here. And,
Well, Benny don't like playing those sort of touchy shots, so that's why I was just interested to see what he'd do.
I think if you just chip it out, you guarantee yourself on a shot. Whereas if you play the double, there's a chance of overhitting it or going too far.
There's one thing that Benny taught me, and I'm still having trouble doing it as well as what he does, obviously, and that's he said to me, when you're potting out, you shouldn't take 100% of effort in every single shot. Now, a perfect example, and the reason for that is because by the time you get to the black, you're so mentally drained and worn out that you can actually quite easily miss it. Perfect example of not doing that then was pot that last red in the middle. Like, he took, I don't think he even feathered it because it was so easy for him. And then you obviously put the full concentration on the black. So that's just a good lesson as well. Don't spend yourself potting out, especially when you've got like 4 balls over the hole and the black's, the one that really matters at the end.
I do agree with that to some extent, but and far be me to argue with Benny the great man, but as I said, I think the ball to get on the black a lot of times is fairly important, and obviously there it's pretty much a no-brainer in that frame where he just has to play a simple shot and he doesn't need to require a lot of thought into it, but yeah, sometimes you don't have a choice in that, and you do have to put in a lot of mental effort to just.
It might only be one shot in the frame where you just there's no, you just don't have to pop the ball and don't have to do anything, and that's the one he said just don't bust your balls over it, just get down and knock it in.
Yeah.
However, cast your mind back, you may or may not have seen this frame. I hate to bring it up on him. He actually played Brian Daly in the White Horse tournament years ago, and he missed the easiest sitter by doing exactly that, just not feathering at all. Missed the ball and lost the frame. So sometimes you can take it too easy as well.
Yeah, and that's goes back to what I'm meaning. It's just the amount of times I have not taken enough care in a 2-shot out, and it's just an absolute sitter of a ball that I just need to set up, and because I haven't taken enough care, I've now got to bust my ass to get back, just to even get a shot on the black, and guys like Benny, probably can take a little bit less duty of care than what guys like myself can, but
Yeah, I think
anyway.
it certainly applies to,
Yeah.
like, obviously when you're fully confident in everything that's going on. If you're really struggling for form,
Oh,
wow, he's actually been a
jeez.
touch stiff there. But does have backup plan, and that's the ball on the right hand side of the table. And that goes over the hole, but again,
Yeah,
it
I
has
think the
been
yellow
left.
still might go under the red there. And,
Yeah. Now the other semi-final has started now, where Jake already filled out his plane ticket because he's decided he's already going to Perth.
he's written out a cheque for 300. I heard last time I heard.
Well, he's just decided whether it's 300 or 600. He's not sure yet.
Yeah.
But Paul Brewer has other things to say about it, and he's at the table now. Wow, what a shot from Ben. Not only did he have to play that right, he didn't have a full pocket.
One thing I love about Benny is like his creativity is. That's something I've always liked about his game. Is obviously his shot making is second to none, but his creativity, you can see a lot of shots that you don't. You think he's about to play the shot that that everyone expects him to play, and it's just he'll just play a shot like he did a couple of shots ago, just take it off the ball, and all of a sudden he'll make these ridiculous. This out that wasn't even on 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, he has true X factor. There's no doubt about that. You see him do his little gay leg
a little
thing
bit
there.
of leg English there, got him to where he wanted. And he should probably run through here and probably try and. He's jacking up here. He probably take the other red, yellow, and he can probably run into the other one now.
Yeah, I know that he's got a lot of choice since he's hard up on the red.
Yeah. Either that, or he just rolls it in, but he probably doesn't leave himself an angle on it then. So, do you knock the black out here, or do you try and knock the yellow out here?
Well, I think I'd probably try and move the yellow. If you can catch it sort of quarter ball, you should push it towards the middle, and white ball will come off the cushion. But you just got to be careful not to flick that red down over the way of the other one. So, even just cannoning the red will be fine, I think. Like, not hard, just coming off it a little bit. You'll give yourself a shot.
Yeah.
But it's just hard to tell with his angle.
I think the black does go in the other corner here, so he may not need to move it.
Well, he actually had enough. I thought he didn't know if he could actually hold it like that. Had more angle than I thought.
Yeah. So I think as the black is on in the corner, he may just need to take a long pot down in the corner now, and that's a tricky shot. I don't know if he has the angle to actually move this yellow.
No, I reckon he can, and he wants to hit a full ball as well and push it towards the middle.
Oh yeah.
He'll be even happy with a shot at the corner. So
yeah, does look on.
He's looking just cannon into the red and playing that long ball, I think. Well, not off the edge of the red into the corner.
You can play both balls in the corner, you think?
Well, he's signalled that he's going to flick off the red and land the white ball on the side rail for the yellow in the corner. Well, he's missed it.
Oh.
He wanted a little flick just to slow the white down.
Very, very tough. Even for Benny's skill, it's a very, very tough shot to control, that one. There's not a lot of room to...
Now, how do you get on the black
move.
here's the question, unless it goes in the middle.
Move.
Well, he's decided to...
Yeah.
Well, he's played it like a safety, I think, because there's no way he was to be on the black there.
Yeah, it was, as I said, it wasn't a lot of room to move there, and the margin of error was very, very tiny. So he had to be very precise on what he did there, because as I said, if you're only a millimetre off, as he was there,
Yeah, black definitely doesn't go in the
fly the
middle
white
either.
around.
So he's got to... I think he's probably going to screw off this and try and play a Judd Trump shot. Nice shot from Kerr, and gives himself every chance now to take full control or make an out. Meanwhile, plane ticket McCartney has just played a shocker. He's just giving me a little smile. I think you might have heard that. And I think we fly with Virgin, do we usually? Or Qantas, I can't remember who. But I think it's Virgin.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So
I think it is Virgin.
if I start calling him Virgin, he'll wonder what's going on.
Yeah, he wouldn't know what you were talking about there.
Great shot there from
top
Kurt
hit
Dunham.
by Kurt there. Yeah,
And this red goes in the middle, so
yeah, I think so.
it's just about got a bit of angle here though. But I think he can play a little drag shot,
Yeah, he
hold the
possibly
white.
could. Yeah.
Got to be cued very well. This is one of the hardest shots to play in the game. It's like a really soft screw drag where you're hardly moving the white with a bit of angle.
Either that or he can just play it into the side rail and come back out.
It looks well. He's playing centre ball, so maybe
Yeah.
he can just drop it in.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it complicated again.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
But I'm just suggesting a shot he could play if the natural rolling is not on, just to try and give you guys some insight. Doesn't always work out that way.
No, but he might have a chance to. If he can't roll it in, he might be able to just play it into the side and come back out.
Yeah, I think you need to use a bit of right
Yeah.
inside if he does that.
Yeah.
But I think that's what he's doing. Well, he stuns into it. Has he? Is he on
I
it?
think he might have landed on it.
I think he's okay.
Well, he hasn't. I think. Judging by Curtis's smile there,
Well, I can't tell because his body's actually in the way. Nah, he's
Usually,
not on it. He's
usually
not on
if a
it.
pool player is smiling after a shot, generally they're not happy with the result.
I think he has no choice but a face cut double this. And that's what he's playing for. So a little stun off it too. So the white ball comes off the back cushion and centre table. And he has missed. So these rails, I'm telling you now, they're causing havoc for everybody that tries to play doubles.
And it's only, and I said it's only a millimetre that is basically costing the frame. You know, and I'm not talking about not landing on that red. I'm talking about the other. You know, had he just landed a little straighter,
That's exactly right.
It would be 1-1.
Yep, that's exactly right. If he gets the shot before that right, he just rolls it in and then he's fat on the red in the middle and that shot would never have to be played. So it looks like Tiger Airways is on a shot down the rail. Quickly have a look. So this is what McCartney's presented with. And he plays a nice shot.
You have to go take a leak for me
And
as well.
because that yellow has landed terrible for Paul, he will play the kick out for sure here on the black. So a little quarter ball can on this black to flick it over to the middle pocket and be fat on it. And he's hit it half ball and that's why he hasn't landed perfect, but he's still okay. And Qantas Airways has got on the board, first frame.
Jetstar's on the board.
So every airline you can think of, we're going to call him before this match is over.
That's right.
And another break, as you're speaking of beforehand, mate, where they don't really open right up.
Let's see. Yeah, it was previous match Kurt played was on that table, and it was a lot of missing frames on that one as well. Let's see what happens with we obviously have a look at Jake Williams breaks in this match as well, because I know he
Actually, a pretty big wrap for Paul's break. The way he cues it now, he actually gets a fair bit of power and usually a pretty good spread. He hits the white ball really low, like crazy low. And he almost dumps the white and gets, well, not the worst spread in the world, but no ball. But yeah, the balls didn't actually explode out of the pack at all, so. But to be fair to the table there, he actually contacted them pretty bad. What's this, the New South Wales state title? Oh, apparently there's a Darwin Open going on at the moment, and is it Kimmo's up there doing that, is he? No? Someone else is up there doing it. And,
They're playing on coin ops.
Good division they have. They look like folders.
so there's a lot of stuff going on around Australia at the moment. Oh, Muffin Breaks just walked into town. Didn't see him in the shadows there, but he smiled and I could caught on.
Someone's pulled out that old tired line. Hasn't heard that one before, I'm sure.
No, but it hasn't been said on Cube or TV, I don't think so.
First one he said today.
So, ooh. Yeah, I think he played it with safety in mind. Well, he can actually see the ball that's above the black as well. He can. The problem with playing that ball, though, is if he misses, he bends on and out. I think this is his only option. And he, just sneaks in. And now he is presented with an opportunity. Yeah, he's definitely attacking, and obviously his problem ball is this one near the black. So I'll be what do you think, Em? Do you think he'll put this over the hole, this red, or I mean, controversial to him being so attacking? I think really the correct shot's to put this red over the hole.
Yeah, you're probably right there. It's it's only that red that's next to the black that's really holding him up here. So
Well, he had an opportunity to go into it last shot, and he chose not to. So he could be going into it now. Don't think he's got the angle though.
That's right.
So I think he did try and get some action on the red there by cannoning into the yellow. So plan B, in effect, this has to go over the hole now, one would think, unless he pots this and goes into the yellow that's just below the red.
I think so.
But I think it has to go over the hole. And he does play the shot I suggested.
Oh, that's a great shot.
And yeah, that is absolutely well. Actually, yes, he's on it to the middle. So this is perfect.
They're all available. So it's.
So you're right. He decided that putting a ball over the hole like little girly me would have done was a stupid option, and I'll just play a great can and go game instead.
Yeah, and as I said before, I said Curtis is he doesn't have one negative bone in his body. He's just he taxes as much as anyone I know in the game, and backs himself in every time. And it doesn't always work out, but I tell you what, he gets a lot of results this way, and he's such a good cueist. So yeah, apparently while Kurt's eyeing up the ad here, the girlfriend's given me a text and said I've got to give a shout out to her. So Kel, how are you?
Well, that's a dangerous thing to do, I tell you. You can end up getting that much crap hung on you.
Yeah.
Got to be very careful with SMSs.
Less is more. Less is more. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here, just in case I get into trouble.
Well, at least it wasn't the old "why aren't you home yet" call.
Yeah, that's true.
And well, absolutely, completely different what I would have done there, but great shot from
Yeah,
Kurt.
fantastic shot.
And unfortunately for him, dead straight on this red, so he's going to have to screw back sort of kind of to where he is now.
Do you pot all three into the same pocket?
It's definitely looking that way.
Yeah.
He may have a touch of angle. If he's got it, well, he didn't have any. But yeah, as we were talking about, all same pocket. And this is just natural. You don't even have to do anything with the wide here. Just make sure you don't land on the rail, really.
And
Kurt,
that's a great
off
shot
the
by
rail.
Kurt. And should be 2-1.
And important for Kurt to get on the board in this match. And
Yeah,
great
that's
out.
right. Yeah, he needed that because 3-0 race to 5 against Benny. Hard for anyone to come back from that.
It really was a great out when you think about it. Ben had him all sorts of trouble. He played that big red, the long red up to the top corner, and that started off out.
Yep. Yeah, that was a huge out by Kurt there. Huge out.
No, this is a draft.
That does look like it was. I think the water's himself.
Let's go to the toilets.
So we'll stick with this match for a bit. And Ben Nunan has decided to break from the car park, 9-ball style. And I think, well, he's gone for the cut break. I don't think I've ever seen Benny cut break on an 8-ball table. Well, apparently he did in the Big Guns final, which I was very drunk and commentated some of. But then again, I thought that was a semi-final, so really I wouldn't have remembered it. But I'm shocked that he's doing that. I really don't know what his thoughts are behind that choice, other than look at the spread and maybe avoids the dump and the lightning off and me calling him a spastic when he does it. But for Kurt, this is a gift wrap present as long as he can maintain the white. So Kurt has just fallen just a touch out of position. So Kurt's taken some time here because he has gotten out of position a little bit. Sometimes the easier ones are the hardest ones to get. And that sounds silly, but it's because you expect to get them so easily. Well, he's had to produce a nice double and
left
he's
that
missed.
one.
And you can't see Benny yet, but he actually was walking the table about 10 seconds earlier than what he's just arrived to it. He's kind of took the scenic route. delighted to get a visit.
So 1-1 between Paul and Lufthansa at the moment. Sorry, that's the only airline I could think of at the time.
Haven't even heard that one. We haven't
Yeah,
brought out Singapore
yeah,
Airlines
yeah.
yet, who I might say do a great job. And Emirates has just missed another ball.
Emirates.
I'm coming out with all
Good
of them
call,
now.
that one. Good call.
Well, Jakey won't want to take this match for granted. I'm sure he's
Absolutely.
not. He's pretty drunk, though. We'll give him that. But he won Anzac being completely drunk, so...
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as you said right at the very beginning, short races. You know, if it was like a big guns format and things like that, obviously, yeah, you could probably put it on autopilot for probably 6 or 7 of those frames or whatever. But you can't afford to do that in this format when it's only a race to 5.
So I'm copping flack left, right and centre for not keeping up with guys that are drinking stubbies and I'm drinking pints. I don't know how that works, but yeah. I've got one guy, Benny, drinking the girliest drink you can possibly concoct in your mind. JR drinking stubbies of bogues to my 500 and whatever it is mils pints and carrying on like a 2-bob watch. And Jake's drinking out of the tap. What is he drinking? Something in dry. CC and dry out of a tap, so that's like, and with full ice, so he might as well just be drinking water. So for me to be getting a hard time when I'm drinking pints and everyone else is drinks half the size, I don't know. JR lifts his stubby like it's a pint, but it's actually a stubby.
and two full pints, I might add. By the way, on
Actually,
the
this one's a quarter done now, Hammer.
Yeah. So Solid's got a bit of work to do.
Probably the only bloke of the 4 with a licence as well.
So anyway, Benny's looking okay here for a 3-1 lead here, but he's probably just a little bit careful with the balls on the rail there. But he just wiped its feet on the way through
It's
there.
time, didn't it? I'll tell you what, I'm all for Benny wearing a shirt and representing Burra, but what the hell's the point of it if it's just half undone?
You'll have to ask Jim. You'll have to ask Jimmy that question, mate.
George just give you a slap on the back. It's got to dress him better, George. Come on. So I think the problem here is obviously this ball that's in between the two if you look at all 3 yellows. And this is why he has screwed back, trying to land on it now. I'll tell you what, that is a great shot.
It's a cracker. It's a cracker.
Could not have landed any better for the position the yellow is in. And nice little shot that as well.
Yes.
And a screw back now towards middle pocket. And he will have the black in the opposite right corner. And look at this shot. He has landed on a 5-cent coin.
Great shot.
And I tell you what, that looked very flowing like.
Yep.
And he will be very difficult to stop from here.
Conair's just missed the ball over in the
Conair
in the corner.
He's gone from writing his own ticket to transporting prisoners.
Tell you what, he won't be happy with that either. It was a tricky yellow in the centre there, but
well, Paul Brewer certainly happy with it, and he's going to try and make the most of it right now. And this is just
go back. Which one?
This is just a shot to nothing from Paul. We'll just quickly across, and look at this. And as you see, even if he had to miss that, Jake had nothing, but obviously missing is not in his vocabulary at this present moment. as he'll pop this, come off a side rail, black in the left middle. And
See,
the vocabulary suddenly set in. And he grabbed out a thesaurus and looked for another word for miss. And has found a word.
Jakey's got a bit of support in the background. The Ballarat groupies.
Ballarat group is Nick Young, aspiring to be like Jake McCartney, and he's actually drinking as much as
Couple of
possible.
wannabes in the crowd here.
I'll tell you what, although Jake does have a shot, it's not the easiest one in the world.
No, but he is at the table, which is probably, he would have been happy with that, considering
surely he's got to have a go in the middle, hasn't he? I don't think he's got much choice.
No, you're right.
Tell you what, Paul Brewer wins this match. He's straight in the stateside. And what a great thing that'll be for him. First stateside. Hasn't even really looked like making one even close. And suddenly just bang. And that's missed. That's open. And Paul Brewer, all he needs to do is just get anywhere centre table.
With these tournaments, like, I mean, the state singles are always, I mean, not always, but always, generally always throws up a, there's always an odd name, like in blind draws and tournaments and things like that. There's always one name that pops up and things like that.
And I'll tell you what's good about that shot that Paul just did. He committed. He said that what a lot of people do there is go, I'll just land somewhere in the middle. And what happens is you end up landing awkward on both pockets. If you're going to play for the middle, you try and screw back full length of the table pretty much, because it doesn't matter where you land at the other end of the table. Or if you want to screw back for the corner, then you just obviously land short. But he's just made sure he's committed fully.
That's right. And I think Jakey's, if the alarm bells aren't going off in his head now, he should be. They should be.
Yeah, he needs to lift a gear now.
Yeah, that's right. And he realises that this guy that he's playing is only 2 frames away from making a 3 frames away, sorry, from making a stateside. And Jake will have to do the hard yards like everyone else to try and get in there. So Jake's got a golden opportunity here, and he won't want to blow it.
Yeah, he needs to lift for sure. He's playing like a crab, really.
As you say, you can't take anyone lightly, and as I said, Paul's brimming with confidence right now. He's just knocked off a guy that's actually won this thing before and made multiple Victorian sides.
And once again, you haven't seen it because I flicked back, but a terrible break. And
your company's break up too, and just I don't think it's the breaks, to be honest.
No, to be fair, he's not contacting them well.
It's happening to everyone.
He's not contacting them well though. Like the packs, when he's hitting the pack, there's not any power on the pack. But I think this will suit Paul.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it was this same type of layout of the balls as when he played Mick. Just totally. He didn't want to play an open style. And I don't think Jake will be wanting to play this kind of game either.
Well, to be fair though, I think this is what Jake needs at the moment. He needs to settle down and just get his mind back on the job. And what better way to do it than have quite a number of shots in a frame for him to just work back into it. So he's not stupid either, Jake. Very, very smart tackle. I think he's underrated for his tactical game because he's so creative as well.
I agree with you.
He has
He's
learned.
very deceptive about everyone just because he. Everyone
he's learned from a lot of very good players.
What Jake can do when the balls are open and everything like that. But he, as you say, he's very underrated with his tactical. And he's probably learned a bit of that off you, mate.
He has in his earlier days, and then he's developed his own sort of. It's really weird. We play a completely different tactical style of game now. He plays a more aggressive tactical style game than I do, but look, he obviously gets the basics off himself, Donny, and his old man, and players like that. But then he's just developed his own game from there.
Certainly a large wealth of knowledge up your way in terms of that type of game. So
it used to breed a lot of good tactical players, but now we seem to be breeding a lot of good attacking style of players, like young Matty Kerwood's coming along, and Nick Young's already arrived on the scene. He's over 18 now and trying to make a stateside already. Not very bloody well, I might add, but he's sitting right next to me now. He's making the last 20 consistently. He's knocking on the door.
Yeah, it's all right, mate. We only know you've been serious. It's all right.
And now Kurt for the kick out. He's got a good angle here.
Needs a great result here, because if he doesn't, it's Benny's going to be on the hill here, and it's a long way back for Curtis.
Now the thing about this shot is if you decide to commit to this with a bit of side as well as bottom, you can actually miss the black easily. So a lot of times if you're going to use side, you want to just miss this red that's at the bottom there, where he's going in between the two reds. You don't want to actually play this with too much bottom. And he's done exactly what I said, and there's the side, and he's actually used too much side, can you believe it?
Yeah. He just ran out of juice.
But yeah, he's actually played it. He's actually probably played it spot on, but just with a touch too much side, and probably not enough pace. If he actually had more pace than that, probably the black would have kicked out perfect.
Yeah.
But now he's.
I think he was actually just so intent on making actually contact with it, he forgot to actually hit it.
I'm not sure. I think the only shot he's really got is the double in the top left-hand corner, bulk end.
Yeah, I think that's his only shot, mate. I don't see it going anywhere else, and there's not really another shot that you can really play. There's not too many. He's basically sold himself. He's committed himself to the out, and there's no other shot available. There's no safeties. There's no double. He's got to basically take it into one pocket.
Well, he's not playing. I'm not sure what he's doing here. Triple maybe. Triple doesn't look even to be on. Well, the doubles.
Wow.
What a shot.
Wow,
I
that's
can't
a huge
believe
hit.
that was even on.
That even passed the red. Jeez.
Well, he took a long
I
time.
don't think even Benny's having a look at it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you're probably thinking, oh, you idiots, you're calling the frame, but like even Benny's had a look and he didn't think it was possible.
He's decided to go and have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, how would you fit that off the jaw?
Yeah.
You're a freak show.
Yeah.
And so 3-2 now.
Everyone in the room, bar Kurt, thought that wasn't on. I guarantee you.
But Kurt had the best look.
Yeah.
He had the view of the house and he decided, yes, it's on, and did so accordingly.
Credit to the guy, he's played it brilliantly.
So not going away. And this is in my opinion, whereas if this is best of 11 or best of 13, this match is just getting started, you know, like.
Correct. That's right. That's right. And as a spectator as well, that's what you want. You want to see that, not only for the players as well. It's like, you know, it takes a lot of the luck factor out of it. But as a spectator, you want to see these matches.
Having said that, though, the girls are in their semis now, and both tables are 1-1.
And Benny's just scratched in the centre. That's a no-no in his book.
Yes, he is renowned for saying you're a spastic if you go in off the middle. And Kurt will say, thank you very much for the yellows, thank you very much for doing the dishes. And as he rubs the white ball on his little Buddha belly, looking for some luck. And decides, yes, I agree with you, solid yellows are the balls. Nice little shot there too of Kurt's stance and queuing action. It's very, very precise and deliberate, every part of his routine.
As I said, now he'd be working out now, like even one shot into the out. Yes, how do I get onto that yellow that's near the red down the right?
McCartney has just missed the easiest. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say the easiest black, but a black that he would probably pot 8 out of 20.
So Curto will be looking this at
He'd
the
seriously
moment.
pot that 9 out of 10. I can't believe he's missed it.
So Paul's got him under a bit out of the pump here.
I think Jake almost looks like he's half given up. It's really weird. I've never seen. I think he actually is that drunk that he's just over it.
Kurt won't be happy with that shot, but he's still okay. He's still got a shot. If you can play this into the corner with a bit of top. It's a tough shot, but if anyone's can do it,
I think he has to play it.
Yeah,
mate.
he has to do it. Absolutely has to do it.
But you're right. He needs to run through to get an angle.
It's all about the angle here. Yeah.
I guess if he doesn't actually run through and gets an angle, he can still come to the bottom rail, but a lot more travel to do, a lot more precision required. But he first of all,
That's
problem here though
now
is
he
he's
may have
straight.
to go up and down here.
I think he's pretty straight, too straight to go up and down. I think he's going to be screwing back up the side rail and trying to
It's
just
very
get behind
deceptive,
it.
the angle here. I mean, shit, I didn't even know that double was on last frame, so. Wow.
Okay, I've just watched Jake play a shot where it is actually impossible for the white ball to come off the angle that it did.
So,
It threw that
so
wide.
American Airlines is under the pump here.
Mate, I can't. Wow, that's the first time we've actually seen that on these tables. And look at the position. I think that's the first time we've seen a white ball, an object ball jump out. And Kurt walks off in disgust. Just getting back, you just guys didn't see this shot. Jake's going to get out of a snooker, and he's actually missed getting out of it by a full table's length because the white ball has thrown that much off the side rail. Man,
by
Jesus,
Ben there.
Benny, I've got to be honest with you, I can't wait to get rid of these tables. They're up for sale, by the way. Not probably the best plug for them, but... But in fairness, the tables are fantastic. Pocket cuts, the beds are great, but the rails just probably need replacing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with you on that one, mate. The rails, let's be honest, they're horrible.
No, they're terrible.
Yeah.
The other tables in the rooms are a bit tighter, but at least the rails are all spot on and the beds are all nice too.
Yeah.
Much tougher than these tables that are pot on, but look, that's what we're here for. Oh, Paul Brewer's just played a fantastic shot too.
And tell you what, Paul Brewer he's flying right now.
Yeah, we're going to flick over to it. We're going to flick over it real quick because he's absolutely dominating at the moment thanks to Jake's mistakes. Oh, whoops, I've just gone the wrong one.
Yeah.
So he has 2 shots here. JR's just ordered an entire fish and chip shop.
Oh. He's ordered dinner for the commentary team. That's great.
If you ever decide to come to a pool hall with a bunch of pool players and order fish and chips, order triple to what you expect to want to eat because
Yeah, don't order the minimum.
2/3 of it will be gone before you get 2 chips in your mouth. And
That's
Paul
a
Brewer
great
plays
shot by Paul
a
there.
little bit of shot there with side. In fact, he's probably actually got too much angle, but he will just drop this in, keep 2 shots in the black, and sing happy birthday to himself.
And yeah, 3-1.
Just gonna drop it in. He's got 2. Well, he's gone.
Well, there's
It
2
really
shots.
doesn't matter. He's just going to flick off it.
Shouldn't be an issue, but yeah.
And
Well,
well,
Paul
he's just done a
would have
little.
played
He's done
that
the,
shot 1,000 times.
he's done
in
the
his
Ben
career.
Nunan take no time at all. Flick off shot. So now we put full concentration to this one.
But that's how confident Paul is right now.
Yeah,
He
no,
feels
he's
like
playing well.
he feels like he's got his man.
But I'll tell you what, Jake is making 10 times the amount of mistakes I've seen him play in a single match. So back over to the big match, the close one. Ben Nunan is about to mop up here. Great shot there from Benny. As long as he's not dead straight. He's got a bit of angle here just to stun off the rail, force it off, and he tops through. He won't be unhappy with that. He's got a shot at it. And actually, Benny loves these shots. Well, he must have 2 the way he's rolled that in. And he did have 2.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder he did it so easy.
And 4-2 to Benny. And
Kurt drops his cue on the table in disgust with himself.
Kurt will rue that one as he had a big chance after Benny went in off in that off the break there.
Yes, and if we do cast our minds back, that red ball comes out of the pocket, and he had perfect position on his last shallow, so he probably can consider himself a little bit unfortunate. Had to play the shot with power.
And I think Benny might have just been giving Jakey a little bit of a rev up there.
Yeah, I think
because Benny's 1 frame away from returning to the Victorian side, and he'd be giving Jake the biggest G up of all time, I reckon. Saying, "Come on, mate, come and join me."
Yeah, Ben Nunan was absent from the Victorian side. Couldn't make the stateside last year. Wasn't good enough. No, he did pull out thanks to the business that he's now running, being bar 8. And it's no surprise actually to see him sort of on the verge of being in the final. Not there yet.
No.
Very competent player he's against. And well, look, Jake's my best mate. I want to see him win, but for Vic Poole in general, and just Poole in general, Victoria, it would be great to see a new face in the team. We like to see new faces because obviously the more new faces, the more experience they get. And what a way for him to do it. Personally, I would rather see Paul make it in the last 20 because I think, even though I think it's harder to actually win the state title, I think mentally it's much tougher to go through the 20 and do it. It's just a mind job. It really is.
Yeah. No, you won't get any argument from me there, mate. It's definitely a battle.
I still think this is the harder way to do it because only 2 people can go through this one.
Yeah.
But with these short races, and they really are short for what an actual state title should be.
Yeah.
It's just anyone can do it. Like I said, if this was best of 13, panic stations aren't on for Jake.
That's right.
Or best of 11, sorry.
That's right.
But like you said, at 2-1 down, alarm bell should have been ringing then.
Yeah.
And then he goes and misses the black, so...
Yeah.
And Kurt's not going away. Look at this. And this is the key shot right now.
Yeah.
One good shot for perfect angle on the yellow.
And again, like it was a couple of frames ago, you could probably pot all 3 in the same pocket. Sorry,
2 of them.
2 of them in the same pocket.
And that's well. Geez, you got a big bounce off that. This is what I'm talking about. These rails, hammer. That's a massive bounce.
Yeah.
Now he's got to actually check this off the bottom rail because he's got to avoid that red. Well, actually, didn't need to. It was a bit thinner than I thought.
That's absolutely what he needed here. He just needed a quick free. He just needed a freebie. Get himself back to 4-3 and over to you, Benji.
And I'll tell you what, whatever Benny said to Jake, must have. Maybe he said you can have George for a night if you win this match. I don't know. But
and that's a good out by Curtis and 4-3.
Whoa, another huge bounce. Can you believe that?
And I'm sure he didn't want to land in there.
Well, the bounce he's got off that rail was
he'll
ridiculous.
He'll take that because 3-1 down, he'll take any result right now.
I'm telling you now, I'm just commentating these tables are doing me head in.
Yeah.
Just the rails, they're just doing my head in so bad.
Yeah.
And that is still in the hole.
And to say Jakey needed that frame was a huge understatement.
But I'll tell you what, I just can't believe the bounce he copped off that rail. So here we go, Ben Nunan breaking for the match. Again. The reason I say again is because he's just done it so many times in the past and instantly calls yellows. Not even a thought went into that because, well, look at them. So this in the middle, little stun on the right hand side of the red.
Yeah, this is the kind of spread you want really when you're trying to get yourself into the team. And you need one frame.
Yeah, obviously
you don't want balls, reds and yellows bunched up in a rail or sitting on the black or something like that. You want them wide out in the open.
Not a ball touching the cushion.
Yeah.
But you still need to
you
have
to
good
execute.
white ball.
Yeah, that's right.
And once again, I'll tell you what, Paul Brewer is wondering why he's not breaking. Well, I can tell you why, Paul. Go back and watch his footage. You're breaking like an absolute muppet. There is no timing in your break whatsoever. Go and reassess it. I'll just give you a big rap about your break before. Now you're breaking like a crumpet.
You really did pump him up earlier.
He is absolutely timing him like a sausage.
And I think the reason you're bagging him, mate, is because he's making you look really bad.
But no, to be fair, there's once the white ball's reaching the pack, there's just no power at all. It's like he's just dragging the power out of the white. And he's hitting it so low.
And as I said, he's probably done this off his last. He's probably done this off his last 3 or 4 breaks as well. So, you'd probably move it a little bit, wouldn't you? Like either
Well,
above
Jake's
the
not having
dot
a
or below
problem,
the
is he?
dot. You just change it somewhere, or change where you break.
Just don't have it.
Do
Just
something
don't hit it
different.
so low and just
Yeah.
time it. But just
Yeah.
don't try and smash it so hard. I'll guarantee you, he spreads way better. He's just taking all the power out.
That's right. He's probably just trying to hit the living suitcase out of everything, and yeah.
Well,
Sometimes less is
he's
more.
trying to hit it with a dump truck, and the actual
Yeah,
fact, he's hit it with his briefcase. That's what's
Yeah.
ended up happening.
Yeah. Maybe that bouquet of flowers
The
that
bouquet
Kurt
of-
was carrying around before.
He's actually passed it
Yeah.
on. He said, "I've had enough of these bloody Chinese lilies or whatever those nice flowers are that girls like." I should know because it's Colby's favourite flower, and I've already forgotten what they're
Yeah,
called. It's
there's-
Mother's Day's coming up. I'm doing well.
As I said, so this is the shot really. This is the frame shot really for Benny. It's getting on that yellow that's just below the black on the left. Getting on that ball. If you can land on that ball, that's your win right there.
Now, I'll tell you what, if you can actually score off this yellow and get into the red just
Yeah.
below the black, he'll be absolutely perfect.
You might be looking at the bottom one. Yep.
Well, I didn't even
okay.
realise he was on
Yep.
this. How good am I going?
Yep. Yep.
And, well,
And
normally when he's finished killing, the cue goes right back.
yeah.
Pulls the cue back like he's feathering again. It usually means he's made a bubba.
And this is, as I said, such short races. We've talked about it many times, but such short races, these shots become just, they decide whether you make the side or not, don't they?
And
really?
this was
So,
the
yeah.
problem with this out too, Hammer. If even though all the balls were open, there was so much traffic of the opposite balls in the way that the white ball had to be precise
Yeah.
just about every shot. Otherwise, you start getting yourself into trouble like this. So he's just now having a look to say, okay, where can I put this white to give myself a clean shot? Because if I get this shot right, I've got a long ball at the yellow, and I don't have to do much with it to get position on the black. So here we go, big shot coming up. Oh, I think he's overhit it. I think he may have overhit it.
Yeah.
He's overhit it by
Pretty
like...
sure I can see it, but not the side that he
Yeah,
wants.
no, he's actually horrible on this.
Yeah.
I don't think it's even really hard to swerve because of the distance between the white and the black.
I think you can rule out swerving straight away. It's just I don't really. Yeah, there's not a lot of really attacking shots you can do with this either. You could, maybe he was looking at coming across table and bumping it over to the right corner.
Well, it's really the
That's
only
probably
shot
the
if
only
you're
shot
going to
you
pot
have,
it.
isn't it? Yeah. There's no point in just hitting it for the sake of hitting it.
I'll tell you what, but the swerve's actually not out because you can actually aim quite wide and still bend it around the black. So this is actually the shot, I reckon. It's hard, but I think he has to play it.
Yeah, you're probably right that he has to play it, but
He's not favourite to
he's
get
probably
it.
sold himself into this shot now. So yeah, I honestly believe that had he taken the yellow that he had over the hole, down the bottom, the shot before last, that was the shot right there. I mean, obviously he came up a little too high and had to take the one in the centre, but it's obviously not. This is the one over the centre was obviously the one that he wanted to take first.
And
Last,
just so you know how much distance he had to land, he actually had a ball a little bit more than a ball's width to land in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, not a lot of margin for error.
So he's playing the shot I suggested because I think this is the only shot. I didn't think he had to jack up this much, but there's a very big bend required. Well, he's actually caught it to.
It's a very hard pace-wise, very hard to control because you've got to time that swerve. You've got to get it around the black, and then you've got to allow for the swerve to kick in. And with that distance,
Yeah,
I think very hard to control.
I think he jacked up way too much on that shot though. That's why he's got so much swerve so early.
Yeah.
When you play those sort of swerves where there's distance and you've actually got room to get it, to miss the black by a mile and still swerve, you actually don't want to jack up so far, but you still want to hit low on the white, but you're sort of jacking up sort of half.
Yeah.
And you're you're aiming to miss the black by a fair bit, and that way it gives yourself a chance for the white ball to bend late. But it's really still a hard shot to play, and it's not my greatest shot, but I understand the shot, just don't execute it well.
Yeah. It's a hard shot for anyone to really execute because, as I said, it's not a shot that we really have to play that often, to be honest. And a lot of the times when we do have to play it, it's just a quarter ball that we really have to get around, and the distance is not that great either, so you don't really have to put a lot on it.
Yeah, and it's not a shot you like practicing because
Yeah,
you don't like
no,
destroying your own
no,
cloth. So
no.
it's a sort of shot you come to bar 8 and practice because it's not your table. But if
Nice.
Benny catches you though, be fair to be screamed at.
And if you're looking at doing it here as well, you could probably do it on these tables as well because they're up for sale. So. Oh, beauty. JR's come good with the dinner tonight, so it's all right.
That's a super shot from Kurt, and I'll tell you why, because he's on the long ball to the corner, right in the middle of the table. He can
Yeah.
actually land wherever he wants now.
That's right.
Obviously not dead stroke, that'd be horrible, but just on the white ball,
Choose
dead where it
whatever he
is.
wants, yeah.
And you can just screw across the side, off the side row and out a little bit. And that's exactly what he's chosen to do.
Great shot.
So he can actually choose to run through this off the side cushion and play it for the middle, but I'm sure that he won't. He will stun across because most people like to play him in the corner. Oh, he's overhit it a touch. Well, oh no, this is not as bad as it looks on camera. About half ball. And pots it with ease, and so we have a 4-all.
We have a hill game.
And I'll tell you what, it might be Jake's turn to go over and give Benny a rev up now. Although Jake's in his own battles. Meanwhile, JR is just destroying the place, throwing chairs everywhere. And
Relax, Tommy, you'll cut the next one.
this is what happens when you let people drink with you. They drink way too many bugs, and you just go at a slow and steady pace. Mind you, he has been drinking since probably 9 a.m.
I've been drinking since 9 years old.
Now, as we see this frame, I think Paul's only got the one, and Jake has much control with the yellow over the pocket covering the black.
We go
Here
back
we
to
go, final
hill
frame.
game here. I think we'll stick with this one.
Absolutely. And white ball
And
is
wants to break
safe.
by Kurt.
Has he got
no
a ball?
balls and no balls. That's
Nothing
a bit
down.
It's a bit unfortunate that.
No, he's staying at the table. We've missed one.
No, he hasn't made one.
No, he was just queuing his shot
Yeah,
like he got a ball.
I know. It made me recount them. That's
Maybe
for sure.
maybe he's trying to con Benny into saying I got one and keep playing.
Yeah, nominate before he gets out of his chair. So, yeah. Oldest trick in the book, that one.
So reds are the order of the day, I'm guessing.
You would think so. However, yellows don't look that bad either.
They're both good. I just don't think he likes the ball on the cushion to link to another one straight off the first shot. So.
Yeah, and he'll probably get rid of these clustered reds now.
Riley wanted to cannon that.
I tell you, he's got a result there, even though that's a
Well, I'm not sure if he has got the
good
greatest
shot,
result
not a good
ever.
shot by Benny's standards, but he's actually landed on something.
This has actually gone horrible.
Yeah,
early.
it's not the best result, but when I said he's got a result, it's the fact that he's actually got himself a shot still. Because generally, if you don't get the result that you're after, what you want to do on your next shot, and you don't get it, generally you don't land on anything. And he's still got options.
Nice shot though. Nice recovery shot, and he's back in prime position. So this ball will be pot in the corner, And
So
off the
those
bottom
two reds
cushion.
that are sitting next to one another, I think that top red still goes in the centre there.
And he's had a look. I thought there was a chance that like that little nudge he got made him not on, but that's the ball that he wants to really
Yeah.
concern himself with.
I think that red, just looking at the shadows of the balls there, I'm not sure if that red actually passes in the other corner.
Oh, it's close, but I don't think he'll. I think he'll leave it till last and just nudge the yellow and
that's
play
right.
black
That's
in the
right,
middle.
because the black does go in both centres.
Having said
Oh,
that, he
that's-
develops it, and wow.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about that shot.
Yeah, I didn't agree with it either, to be honest, but still has a ball in the middle of the three that are up the other end.
And I think Jake's started to come good here, and might be looking at a 3-all over on the other table.
Well, we can't see to the table at the moment, but Jake's.
Oh, wow.
No, he's actually fine. He's potting out on the other table. Just quickly flick to it. Benny has missed the red, and we'll quickly flick over. Just quickly, because he's on and out. We'll just see him mop these up. We'll flick back again. So he's going to 3-all, and he'll be feeling all right about himself now.
Feeling a lot better than what he was 20 minutes ago.
So the pen's back out, but I don't know if the airline ticket's come out of the pocket yet.
And I'd have to say that Kurt's looking the favourite out in this frame. Don't see any balls on really that can cause him any problems.
No, I have seen Kurt in this position so many times in the state titles. And unfortunately for Kurt, he's muffed up all of them, so I want to see him actually get one for him. But
killing that red.
Same time, I'd like to see Benny win it as well, because obviously he's the best asset Victoria ever has.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
So I'm torn. I don't have a favourite. I'm friends with both players. Whoever makes it deserves it. And I think if Benny does look back, if Kurt does get these balls, he'll look back and go, you know what, made a few mistakes and probably deserved to lose in the end. So, but you're right, that's a great shot. And I'm surprised.
Obviously, nothing against Paul, because as I said, Paul's obviously yet to make a side, but the other three guys that are in this semi, I think if you had to pick two guys to come out of this tournament, I think these three guys would be talked about.
Yeah, look, I think Jake and Benny are the best two players in Victoria that are actually playing in the singles. The reason I say that are playing in, because I think Joel Young needs to be factored in, and fair dinkum Joel, one day, would you have a friggin' crack playing in the stateside? Commit yourself to a Victorian title. You've won 2 big guns in a row. Come on, do us a favour and actually commit yourself 1 year.
Get out there to Cadbury, that young.
So, sorry Joel, but you have to play Victoria 1 year. You can't just keep playing in big guns tournaments and winning them and not representing your state. And
yeah, I'll back you up on that one, solid. Yeah, it's just the guys made other state teams before. Time to make one in your own, mate.
Don't even try and tell us you need money either. You're making 15 grand a week at Slate, I heard. Hire a couple of people for a couple of weeks, you'll be fine. So now Kurt.
Oh, wow.
Has he done a Geelong again?
I'm not sure he's on that.
I think he is. I think he's okay.
I'm not sure he's on that.
Well, he hasn't snapped his cue in half yet, so.
Stand by.
Yeah, there was a aggressive.
I guarantee you, if you're on this ball, you were
He's
already
already
played
down.
it by now. Yep.
Yeah, so decisions have been made. And I tell you what, for the massive pool enthusiasts out there, if you ever watched the Chris Melling versus Steve Munro semi-final years ago, this is exactly the same type of shot. Nick Young's just said, jack up, Potter, screw back. Imbecile. But he may actually not have much choice. Well, he's playing a long ball. And I'll tell you what, Jake McCartney has
Yeah,
actually decided to get out of second gear
the
now.
head's woken up. That is all.
And he has accomplished third gear, provided this black ball goes in. And you'll see this right now. I really don't want to miss this shot that Kurt's about to play, though.
No.
Jake has popped that black to go 4-3 up, and now oh, he's done it again. I don't think he's quite hit it spot on, but even if he got the pot, well, he had no shot.
He hadn't landed on it anyway, but
He's
yeah.
probably fortunate the yellow's gone in a position that's put Benny under the pump a little bit.
There's still some work to do here for Benny. Even Kurt's missed an opportunity there. Benny's
This is not easy.
He's got a bit of work to do, absolutely.
I can see one shot, and that's to play the red onto the yellow full ball, use the black to get a snooker on one red, and then push the yellow to the cushion on the other. And you've got a sort of a safety shot. If you want to get really creative, you can play the Marcus double on the red on the side rail, but that's just lunacy. But it is a shot. Well, obviously you've got the cut in the top left-hand corner. No, Ben will never play the shot I suggested first. It's too safe. And requires touch. And actually, to be fair, he may actually be cutting the yellow sort of towards the pocket playing the shot I've said too, so it's not easy. I personally think he's going to take this red in the top left-hand corner,
Yeah, I
come
do.
off, try and come up
too.
and down and get on a ball.
Yeah.
I think he's looking at the Marcus, is he? He's looking at the Marcus. For people at home that don't know how to play a Marcus double, it's actually a far easier shot than you think. All you need to do, the middle pocket that Ben is standing closest to, you go to the middle pocket, you basically line your cue up to the dead centre of the red that you're trying to pot, and that's exactly where you hit it, and it will come naturally off 3 rails and go in the opposite middle. So for anyone that didn't know that, that is how you line up a Marcus double. It's got me out of trouble quite a few times in some tough situations.
But,
I'd rather play a Marcus double than a double sometimes, just because it's not that hard to line up. But you're obviously relying on the rails being pretty true.
As I said, and try playing one at 4 all in a semi of a state title.
I'll tell you where Benny would be in real trouble right now is if we had the 30-second call. Just an example of why Ben Nunan is the slowest player in Australia.
Yeah,
If Mark Reeves is watching this right now, he'd be loving it.
And all you know is if Benny's taken 1 or 2 minutes to think about a shot.
Well, he's playing the Marcus.
It's a tough one.
No, he's not. He's playing a safety. I'll tell you what, there's a shot we didn't see.
It's a good hit by Benny.
But I think he's on it. I think he can pot this.
It's a good hit by Benny.
Yeah, it's not easy to get on this last yellow, but I think he's left him on the other yellow as well. And he can get this over the hole if he misses it, and he's still okay. So here we go. Will he take this on with left-hand side and try and come between yellow and black off the side rail? No, he's just laying up.
Oh, wow. Jeez. I thought he was going to miss that.
Well, obviously, I think he wanted to hit that full ball, really, and put the white ball in the same spot.
But it's not a bad outcome, anyway. What I'm thinking Benny might do here is try and double this red inside that yellow. I just can't see any other shots available here. And even if he does that, he may be able to get the white underneath the other red as well.
The only other shot I can see, and this is like a pretty ridiculous shot, but he's cutting the red up the top and trying to put over the hole or pot it and get the white ball down in line with the black to cut the black off. Well, he's played. Tell you what, that's actually a very smart. He's got a great result. He hasn't actually. He's trying to cover the black. I'm sorry, to cover the yellow on the left-hand side. Obviously gone for the double, actually. Now I look at it, double was the shot. And just
This is a
overcut it.
this is a shot. As I said, it's all just comes down to pace here. Like it's just like you underhit it. You underhit it. You probably end up same
promise
place you
you,
do if you overhit it. So
Most people that miss this shot will undercut it. So it's very
Yeah,
important that he gets
yeah,
the cut
yeah,
right. I
yeah.
think if he just plays it plain, like just normal pace, he'll land perfect.
But you could end up in the same spot.
No, I don't think he's going that wide. Well, he's overcut it.
Well, and yeah, that's.
And now Ben Nunan has an opportunity to close this match
Actually,
out.
you think he actually missed the ball altogether there and came off the back rail.
And I'll tell you what, to Ben's credit, all these shots we came up with, Ben just probably played the simplest of safeties in the end. Just put the white ball on the left-hand side of the table, which is probably the easiest shot. We didn't even see it. And it's got him in a position where, well, he's played a shot. He might have got, a little bit of luck. But at the end of the day,
He
forced Kurt into playing a big shot.
Did leave Kurt a chance to win there though. Like I know it worked out for him. But
Yeah, I agree. He did give him a chance, and Ben will probably know that in the back of his mind. So he's just got to pop this and stun off at the touch. Plays those shots so well, and Ben Nunan is into the state team.
First member into the Victorian Stateside 2013.
And Jake McCartney looks like, oh, what a great shot there we've just witnessed. We haven't actually witnessed it, but basically what happened is he's just cannon this red in a potable position, and he will screw up the table now for the red in the middle. I promise you he will play that shot. Unless he's just... I'm not sure what he's... I think he just wants to make sure he's got the right angle, but this is what the two players I predicted, and probably anyone in the room would have been smart enough to predict.
Yeah. And honestly, if you're a Victorian player that's trying to get into the side, you probably want these two to get through this way, so you don't have to deal with them later.
Well, I'm actually the opposite of that.
top
I
20.
actually want both these guys in the 20. The only reason I say that is because I don't mind playing either of these guys in one framers, because I don't like playing either of them in races, but I don't mind playing either in one framers.
Yep.
But if you're going to pick two other players I'd rather out, well, I probably can't answer that. So. As usual, Jake McCartney plays a cannon and lands perfect.
Not only that as well, like thinking about who you don't want in the top 20 is just the fact that that's who you want to start your stateside anyway. You want
it already puts fear in everyone's
minds. You want
minds.
these two guys in the side anyway.
And he is into the stateside as well.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
Virgin Airlines has finally got over the line after a very shaky start. But
Tiger's got the job done after a shaky start.
Perhaps he's that arrogant and confident now that he's just entertaining the crowd.
Can the camera go on this one, Dan, or not? So if we put Ben and Jake on there. Yep.
No, put him on here, and then we'll move this camera over there on the girls if you want, or one of the cameras. Which one do you want?
Yeah, all right.
That one, yeah. So we'll we'll flick over to Colby and Tracy's game. So Dan's just going to move the camera. We'll have a quick look at Colby and Tracy. Score is 2-3. I'm not sure who's 2 and who's 3.
All right.
Tracy's 3-2 up by the looks of things.
You got that?
Hang on.
I'll break a bit off.
Oh, ripped off. I got better.
Hang on. Who wants to split it?
So we've just flicked over to the girls semi-finals. Colby at the table, and I think she's 3-2 down to Tracy. And in the background you can see Rhiannon. She's playing Lyndall, and she's just about to pop the black, and that goes in. And I'm not sure if she's 2-3 down or 4-1 up. We'll find out soon enough when they flip the scores over. So the grand final will start shortly between Bendon and Jake. That'll be our highlight match. We'll flick over to that when they start.
Yeah.
I believe it's best of 11. In fact, I'm sure it'll be best of 11. I'll kill Donny if it's best of 9. Actually, he did say it was best of 9 final, but I'm going to go talk him into best of 11.
Yeah, do that. Yours. Yeah.
We're doing that on scale. We just had that piece of work.